Yo, what is up, my Ranger Squad? It's your girl Melody Sean here, and welcome back to another episode of There Is an Appearance Time. That was really uncanny of me. So yes, welcome back to another episode of There Is an Appearance Time, and today's episode is gonna be focused morely, that's not a word. We're gonna be talking about more on God Eater 3 and what are the new things that has been in store for us. Also, this article or all of the info that I found is on Siliconera.com. I took screenshots of it, so you can check out the article for yourself. The link will be down below in the description. Also, a brand new trailer for God Eater 3 has been out. So it's already out, so you go check it out. The link will be down below in the description as well. I'm also gonna be talking about very soon about Resonant Ops, which has already been released, and what are my thoughts on the game, even though I haven't played it yet. So it's not yet available here. It's only available in Japan, which makes me sad. So yes, I'm gonna be talking about. It's gonna be like spoiler free. Like if you don't like spoilers, then my videos are just like spoiler free. So without further ado, let's begin with the episode. Okay, so here we have. Oh, don't mind that. Here we have the article from Siliconera.com. You can check it out. Like I said, you can check it out in the description below if you want to check it out for yourself. And what are your theories what are your theories about God Eater 3's new article? So make sure you comment down below of what are your theories or what's going to be happening in the game soon, because I'm going to be very excited to see gamers who play God Eater 3 are going to be very hyped. So in this article, we are receiving God Eater 3 introduces Hugo and the new biting edge weapon. So if you don't know what the biting edge weapon is, we're just gonna find out, because I've been reading this article from back to back, like many times now. So here, I'm gonna zoom in. Bandai Namco revealed more info about God Eater 3, including an official introduction to Hugo Pennywort, more screenshots on the two new Ash Aragami, and the new transforming biting edge weapon. Thanks for gamers. So yeah, you can check out the article if you want to. The link will be down below as always. So here we have the new characters. We have the adaptive God Eaters, or Age. It's Age. Here we have Age is a new type of God Eater produced after the appearance of the Ashlands. Unlike previous God Eaters, they are bound to a slave-like contract and don't have any freedom. Compared to previous God Eaters, they have a higher resistance to the Ashlands and work for a longer period in the areas. They also have higher resonance and physical abilities and are closer to being Aragamis themselves. So, my theory is that they are like slaves. Of course, it's slave-like contract, but they don't really get the freedom that they wanted. As you can see in this picture, they are like handcuffed together. Like both of their armlets are handcuffed because they are slaves after all, slave-like contracts, and they don't have much freedom since they get to be in the areas the longer periods of time in the Ashlands, and they were forced to work. And here we have this part right here, they also have a higher resonance and physical abilities and closer to being Aragamis themselves. Now, when I read that line saying and are closer to being Aragamis themselves, I just thought of the very first thing that popped into my head was Lindo Amamiya, from God Eater Burst. From God Eater Burst. So if you have played God Eater Burst, this is gonna be very spoilers, so make sure you kind of skip it, because skip this part if you want to, or just don't watch the video at all. So you can just click out or just skip. So yes, in the game God Eater Burst, which was the very first game that has been ever released, in one of the scenes there was one time that it was Lindo and Alyssa going on their mission, and then both Lindo and Alyssa bump into the protagonists, Sakuya, Soma, and Kota. But then Alyssa accidentally traps Lindo inside the church in the City of Mercy, and Lindo was, and then the next part of the scene of the cutscenes, we see Lindo fighting against a Geospita, and while he was fighting it, he stabbed, puts his god arc inside of the geos in the mouth of the Aragami, which also loosens to remove his armlet, which then turns into a monster-like arm. So it's kind of like Lindo Amamiya, but they are being close. They are really have a higher resonance, and they're closer to being Aragamis themselves. And here, the Aegis jobs are to infiltrate, search, and recover resources, as well as killing Ash Aragami within the Ashlands. Despite being dangerous tasks, they receive minimal rewards. Minimal? I'm okay with the minimal rewards, but come on, you gotta give me more than that. Like, stuff for outfits, stuff for weapons, like so. Yeah. I don't know what's with my life. And here, we have Hugo Pennywort, or Pennywort Hugo as in Japanese, and he is voiced by Tomokazu Seki. So he holds only one weapon, but when we get to the biting edge weapon, that's gonna be the weapon that the protagonist is gonna be using. So I'm very, 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 very excited for that. Okay, we only have the picture here. I forgot. Oh shoot, that's nothing. There's more screenshots here. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. Alright. So I'm back. For a while I had to go get a drink of water. Okay, let's continue on with what is an Age. An Age who is an older brother figure to the protagonist. He is proactive and quick-minded, and is in essence the leader of the Pennywort Aegis. So adaptive god eaters, if you want to put it that way, because Aegis, it's like age. Here we have the crest, or the symbol of what the Pennywort Aegis looks like. I'm gonna give you a close-up picture because I have that. As you can see right here, close-up picture. Oh gosh, nope, no, spoilers. Okay, I think some of you have already read this article, so yeah. Pennywort is the name of the port that the protagonist and Hugo Pennywort belong to. It is a profits first port which specializes in slaying Aragami and taking on other difficult tasks. As you might expect, this is a high turnover rate. So I'm gonna give you a close-up picture of what it looks like. So here, this is what the port looks like. This is like a worn down like Fenrir branch, but like it's only one area, and it's like this part right here. It's like a prison. We're in a prison, like with a very protective door that no Aragamis can get into. It's like it is a prison, but the door is very, very hard to unlock too, especially when it comes to Aragami, if I know what I mean. Anyways, let's continue on. And now we get to the biting edge weapon. So we're gonna talk about the biting edge weapon. So this is the weapon that the protagonist is holding. It's so cool. I just want it. Imagine Alyssa Ilichna Amiela holding that weapon. It's so glorious. It's so beautiful. And yes, I have some close-up pictures of of a clear picture of the biting edge weapon. So we're gonna read the part of the biting edge. The biting edge is a transforming weapon that changes from a dual-bladed form to a naginata form. This is a hard word. Naginata form. The dual blade mode attacks with quick slicing and stabbing motions, while the naginata form uses swing motions with a higher range of powerful attacks with high invasion. As a trade-off, in the naginata form, stamina will stop regenerating. Oh, okay. So we got a dual-bladed form, which is going to be like you're just wasting your stamina. But in naginata form, you will stop regenerating your stamina. So you must be very decisive, and in doing your battles against Aragami in the Ashlands. And here we have a weapon. Here we have the biting edge in gun form. So, the ray gun is a new god arc that shoots beam like bullets. I'm sorry, I can't read today. That gets wider and stronger the longer the ray gun is fired. However, it resets if players stop firing at any point. So the player should find the right timing to use up all the OP in one go. So yes, I also have clear pictures of that. So don't worry. So you have to have the right timing to use the OP, and then you can just shoot at the Aragamis if you want to. So just go crazy. And here we have the two new Ash Aragami. This is one of them. This is Anubis. I'm gonna get a closer look. This is Anubis, a godlike Aragami that looks like a beast wearing golden armor. It's especially strong among Ash Aragami and goes from 4-legged to 2-legged movement upon bursting. So they... Give me right back. As I was saying, it's Anubis is kind of reminds me of a Vajra and a Diaspita fused together with a touch of a behemoth from Final Fantasy. If you don't know what a behemoth is, you don't play Final Fantasy. But if you do play Final Fantasy, then you know what's a behemoth. So a behemoth is like, okay, I'm gonna give you a clearer picture of what the behemoth looks like up close. So a behemoth is like a monster that looks like this, but different. So the Anubis is a godlike Aragami with golden armor. So this is like a fusion between, it's like a fusion of a Vajra and a Diaspita together, plus a behemoth. So, of course, if you know what a behemoth is, then you know. If you don't know, a behemoth can can go from 4-legged movement to 2-legged movement upon entering bursting. But bursting doesn't happen in Final Fantasy. Instead, it's just gonna stand up at random times when you fight it. So that's a new tactic. So bursting is for the Ash Aragami to just be like go rage in Ashlands, and then it'll be a difficult time for you to defeat that Aragami. So that's gonna be hard for me if I play the game. If I don't have it though, so that's good. And here we have the second new Ash Aragami, which I did mention in the last episode of There's an Appearance This Time, and that is Ra. So Ra is an Ash Aragami type that sports a bird-like head and a fusion between a human and a globe for a body. It holds up 2 balls of flame in its hands that it uses to burn everything to the ground, although it usually moves slowly when it finds a target. It boosters on its back. So I also have clearer pictures of that as well, so we're gonna go to those clearer pictures. Okay, so here we have this one scene from Ra. Here we have him, here we have Ra just like collecting all of his energy within itself to just throw that magma ball spear at the protagonist. And here we have this one scene where he's just going cray-cray. Ra is going through his bursting rage and trying to defeat the protagonist as much as possible so he doesn't die. Also, I feel like this is one of the most toughest Aragami, but you can just defeat it in one go. I don't know. It's like in God Eater Burst, you fight against a Black Cannibal, which is controlled by Lindo, and in God Eater 2 Rage Burst, you fight against Rachel, and in God Eater Resident Ops, I don't know who's the enemy in there, but I do know in God Eater the anime, you fight Lenka Utsugi just fought the GSP. That was good. So I don't know what will happen in this, but hopefully Hugo and the protagonist can defeat Ra as much as possible with their strong weapons. Especially the protagonist, because he has a cool biting edge weapon, and it! It's like the coolest dual blades. Like it reminded me of Winter's Knee from Ruby. I don't know why, because she also holds 2 weapons. Okay, and now with the next scene. Like this, so here we have the Anubis in its 4-legged movement, and when it's going through bursting rage, he will just stand up on 2 legs, which is crazy because it reminds me of a behemoth. I almost forgot it. It reminds me so much of behemoth, even though my behemoth summon or paradigm doesn't stand up. So that's that. Anyways, this is a really cool Aragami because not only does it resemble a behemoth, but it has claws. So cool. And next up, we have this one scene. Like, come on. This one scene where the protagonist is holding his biting edge weapon, and then he's using it to block himself from the attacks of the Aragami. Hopefully we get to see more, we get to see returning, like, Aragami, like Ogre Tails, Zygots, Cocoon Maidens, but in the Ashlands version. So it's like an Ash Ogre Tail, an Ash Zygot, an Ash Cocoon Maiden. Hopefully I get to see more of that. Oh, I really want to see an Ash Konju. That would be so cool. If you don't know, my favorite Aragami of all the Aragamis that I know of is the Konju because it's like a funny character. It's like a funny Aragami, but it's so strong. I remember the time I fought it with Koda during a mission. It's so really scary. You'll understand if you play the game. But my least favorite one is actually the, what was that? It was like that was my niece. Okay, anyways. And here you have this one scene where the protagonist is using his ray gun and shooting at Ra with water blast, with water ammo. And this is a very interesting one because we see some damage points. So the gun can do 11 damage and 3 damage, while this one scene it just do 1 damage. So the more you use the ray gun, the better the damage that it gets. And here we have this one scene like Ra is such a god one like this. That was my niece again. I'm sorry. And here, of course, we got a close-up picture of Hugo Pennywort. Is it me or Hugo looks so cool? Like, come on, with 2 armlets on both of his wrists, like, Agama okay, I don't want to get copyright. Agama wrist. Why? Anyways, I think this is gonna be the end. This is gonna be the end of this episode. But hopefully, I get to talk more about this game and before it releases, so I can get to see some people playing it. But yes, this is gonna be the end of the episode. So I hope you all enjoyed this episode of There's an Appearance this time. I hope you guys really did, and if you did, please make sure to leave a like on this video, and don't forget to comment down below what kind of video should I make next, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to see more videos from me. So I appreciate you guys for watching, as always, kashikuma, and I'll see you all in the next video. Sayonara, everyone!